Shalom, shalom, shalom. Out there to the hopeful elect of Israel. First off, I want to start off and give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations out there to you sincere and you hopeful elect scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Malaakia. All right, coming in with another lesson today. All right, this lesson is going to be going into brace for the shortages to come. Okay, and just basically going off this video from this guy here that you see on the screen. Goes back to Epic Economist. Been subscribed to him for years, and hey man, he's seen the writing on the wall years ago. You know, and here it is. We've seen these things play out. Okay, and it's just like this same thing from our apostles and elders on down, man. You see, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is giving us the spirit, okay, and giving them the spirit too as well, okay, to foresee these things aforetime, man. Okay, we've been telling you that there was a famine getting ready to come. Okay, and as we're seeing the different supply chain issues start to come into effect, okay, it's you know, it's hurting on the back end of the things that's happening with these farmers. Okay, and then as well you have with the government shutdown. Okay, you have a lot of the funding, the aid being shut down as well. Okay, Trump cutting federal aid. All right, cutting food stamps, because it ain't just Trump. Okay, it's ultimately it's the elites, man. They're bringing in, okay, their agendas, their plans, okay, because they're ready to usher in this NWO, man. All right, because they know they have but a short time. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Maybe a good 2 minutes of it. I'm gonna play it, and just a quick scripture, and then basically conclude the lesson. All right, so hey, Lord willing, you know, you're edified from out this lesson.
Theft and evacuation.
Oh, Salaki.
You can't.
Let me see, Salaki. Let me see. Okay.
Can't lose what you know. Her channel link's also in the.
You know what, Salaki? Give me 1 second. I don't even think I'm connected to this. Let's connect this right quick. All right, let's do that. Salaki, I forgot I got the headphones on. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Here we go.
Description. Please check her out. Both of these preppers have solid content with practical skills. Now, let me show you why food shortages are inevitable. This is the supply side collapse happening right now. Watch how this person breaks down the farmer export collapse that's about to devastate America's food supply.
The next 2 to 3 years is going to be really bad in America, and it's common sense. I don't care if you're left or right about this. I've seen a lot of farmers complaining that they're no longer exporting any food, and they've lost almost 2/3 of their income, right? So imagine that. 90% of beef isn't being exported right now. No soy's really being exported. No corn's being exported right now. And 2/3 of the farmers' income is reliant on these exports, and it's gone right now because of our trade policy with all these countries. So what does that mean? If you were to lose 2/3 of your income right now, would you be able to survive a year? I know almost every single person watching this, you get an injury and you're out of work for 3 months, you might be on the street or severely in debt. Now, multitude that by a year. I don't know if it's going to get any better over the next 2 years. How many farmers are about to sell their companies to these mega billionaire corporations that are going to take over their jobs, right? So what if food production scales down? What's going to happen to our prices of food? It's going to go up because supply's still there. Did you guys know this is like the first year population hasn't grown? Which means food isn't being consumed more. So now we have all this excess food that they can't sell. The next few years are about to be very bad in this country, and it's common sense to look at that and say, uh-oh, we don't have supply anymore. What happens to demand? It's still up. I just researched it. Yeah, this is the first year the U.S. population's shrinking. That's not good. Farmers aren't prepared for trade diplomacy to completely crash. We're not in a good time right now. And please just take out the whole left versus right part of this. It ain't good. It's common sense. It really is common sense that food is about to be scarce in our country over the next few years. Farmers are going to be selling their farms because they can't afford it. 2/3 of their income gone. Look up farming TikTok. There are a lot of people complaining right now about what's going on. They can't sell their stuff to these countries, and the U.S. doesn't buy it.
2/3.
Right. So you see right there. Okay. If you think that it's bad right now, it's only gonna get worse. Okay. So I have right here and looking up online. I did a video on it about a couple weeks ago. Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Going into how Trump canceled the food aid. But this is from North Dakota Monitor.com. It says Trump canceled 94 million pounds Salakia of food aid. It says here's what never arrived. It says it says ProPublica obtained records from the Department of Agriculture that detained the millions of pounds of food that never reached food banks because of administration cuts. Okay, as we see, the Trump administration, okay, how they're cutting, okay, a lot of these different loose ends, cutting a lot of these different aids, funding aids, these different government grants, okay, onto these different businesses, okay, and as well as with these farmers and with these food pantries, okay. So a lot of different things are not showing up, okay, showing that what there's going to be a it's going to be a shortage, you know, like the dude was going into supply and demand. Really, it's not going to be any supply, but it's going to be more demand for it. You know, he also mentioned going into it's going to be price hikes, price increases on the goods. Okay, Salakia. Okay, and also he was going to he said he looked it up. I probably have to do my own diligent search on that. But as we're seeing, he said a population shortage. Okay, and that's ultimately that's what the plans of the elites and what they want. They want to have the population to be shortened. You can go back into the time of the C-19 when everyone took the jab. Many women became sterile, men and women. A lot of stillbirths. Okay, a lot of deletions also happened suddenly. All right, check out that documentary. Um, what's that? Uh, I'm just gonna spell it. DIED. Suddenly deleted. Suddenly. If you want to know, more than likely you probably already watched it. But this is for those newcomers. And as well, it's gonna be food shortages because also he stated, if there is a population shortage, okay, and it's more demand and not enough supply, guess what? The food shortages is going to happen because a lot of these different crops and things of what they once sold, it's going to be shorted. It's going to get to a point to where they're going to decay. They're going to rot. They're going to become no good. Let me see what else. Oh, and also too with the farmers, on their farms, they got to throw away the crops, let it go, burn up the fields, destroy it. All right. So ultimately, all of this is all leading up into, all right, a famine. Okay. That's why I basically titled it, brace for the shortages to come. Okay. So let's read a little bit more. Okay, because this is manufactured, man. This is coming. And a lot of people are not ready for it. You see, they're putting the people's minds on looking at, the EBT, the SNAP, saying they're cutting off the aid, and you got the people on TikTok freaking out. Yeah, that's we see that's happening, but that's not the overall agenda of what Esau Edom wants. They're trying to cut off the food source, okay? And we're getting closer and closer to that point, man. See, a lot of you Americans don't understand what's truly about to come down to the shores of America. This shit is about to get real bad. Okay, and the scriptures talk about famine. Okay, probably get a scripture on that. But let me read on into this. It says, on a sweltering morning in Vidalia, it's a lot, on Vidalia, Louisiana, Shannon Cornell and Freddie Green got in a long line to wait for food. And you can always see that every week. People lining up for these different food pantries, okay, thinking that they're going to get certain items, okay, but there are shortages, okay, as we're seeing that's getting ready to come up in November 1st if they don't open up the government, okay, and they don't have the funding with the EBT SNAP program. Many people are going to flock to these different food aid pantries, okay, but they already have long lines, okay, so if they already got the long lines, where do you think that's going to leave everything else, okay? The people are going to be out here wanting and waiting, okay, for food, but they're not going to get it, man. That's why I see the videos on TikTok. Many of the people saying they want to basically take the matter to their own hands and just go inside the stores and grab it up. Okay, but hey, I got another article after that, man. I seen this on a real time daily news, and also I seen two brothers yesterday go into it. Because hey, Esau's gearing up, man, for the people to uprise, man. We are in the few months, okay, of these people about to fully lose it, and this is why you're seeing the troops and everything coming into these different cities, okay, underneath the guise of ICE. Come on, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. All right, because the ultimate agenda is to bring in this NWO, man, to bring in, all right, ultimately this beast system, all right, to bring in this chip, okay? Hunger, fear. Okay, these are going to be the one of the most biggest factors, that they're going to use towards the people, man. All right, to get these people to bend down, okay, their neck, okay, and to submit, okay, and to be compliant with the system. All right. It says they turn to a local food bank to supplement their diets. Although they're grateful for the food, lately they've noticed changes in what they receive. For months in the spring, summer, their pickups did not include any meat, Cornell said. You have to learn how to adapt to what you have, Green said, which is hard, Cornell added. So you're seeing people here going to these different food banks, thinking they're getting ready to get these high price items, meats, okay? But guess what? These pantries don't have it. I wish I could find that other article, but it's all good. We're gonna get this next paragraph. No, the next two paragraphs in there that'll be with this article. So it says, Salakia, in the spring, the Trump administration abruptly cut 500 million. Okay, there you go. Yeah, 500 million in deliveries from a program that sends U.S. produced meat, dairy, eggs, and produce to food banks and other organizations across the country. About a quarter of the funding the program received in 2024. The items that were delivered through the emergency food assistance program were some of the healthiest, most expensive items that organizations distribute. The cancellation of these deliveries come at a critical time for food banks. Says food insecurity is a higher than at any time since the aftermath of the Great Recession, according to federal data, and many food banks are reporting higher need than they saw at the peak of the pandemic. Says demand is only expected to increase. Just like I was saying, okay? The demand is going to increase. They're looking for more demand. It's going to be more people in these lines trying to get this food, man. Okay? It's all going to be a trickle effect, man. Okay? And this is ultimately to bring down this old current system, man. Okay? Because they're trying to get rid of it and done away with all these different programs, all right, that these people rely on. Okay, all this is gearing up to the UBI, okay, to the CBDC, okay, to the chip, man. Everything is leading up towards it. The elites are grabbing every. This is the big money grab, and it's pushing everybody into one direction that's dependent on this system. And as you see online, many of the people, especially our people, okay, you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, a lot of our people truly depend on this system. Okay, this is why we're gonna see a lot of our people going to go get in line. Okay, and to get into and be in subjection underneath Esau Edom, and they're gonna take that chip, man. You can obviously see it. It says food insecurity. Oh no, it's lucky. It says demand is only expected to increase. This summer, President Donald Trump signed into law the largest cut to food stamps in the program's history. Okay, so that cutting. Okay, a lot of funding. Let me get this next one. It says Publica obtained records from the Department of Agriculture on each planned delivery in 2025, detailing the millions of pounds of food down to the number of eggs that never reach hungry people because of the administration's cuts. Okay, so hey man, he's been cutting. Okay, he's been cutting ever since he's got in. Okay, there's going to be a shortage, and a lot of you Jakes don't understand because this is what he has planned for it. And this is what I got from the brother, I believe it's the brother Tazamat, I believe. Um, but it says the gateway pundit.com. I forgot which brother had shared the video, but this was in a real-time daily news I seen a couple of days ago, and I seen a brother did the video on it yesterday. But let's go into it. It says Civil War, Trump administration to establish National Guard response force to be mobilized for mass civil unrest by April 2026. Right. So in the real-time daily news, it also stated that um, that it was going to be fully operational by April. Okay, so from this time up into April, okay, they're going to be setting this whole National Guard response force team. Okay, is just for mobilized for mass civil unrest because they're getting ready for the people to be in an uncivil matter, man. Okay, these people, okay, are going to take it to the streets. Okay, also concerning with the immigration laws. Okay, and as well as what's happening right now with the food. This is what's going to make the people riot even more, and this is all a part of the scriptures. All a part of the scriptures. Okay, so going into this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 16. All right, because the Lord, hey, He's changing gears up on everything for you Israelites that depend on this system. Okay, you didn't lean on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? So therefore, the Lord's going to leave you, okay, to the part of where this when this famine hits, man. Okay, and the scriptures talk about it. But I'm gonna read this. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, and verse 16. It says, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem." Okay, it says, "And they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment." Okay, so a lot of our people, okay, just as in the ancient times, had to go through it in a time of famine. How much more are you thinking this time? All right, the Lord is getting ready to cut it. Okay, this food source, okay, this aiding, this funding of what the government was given, okay, unto our people, man. The Lord is cutting it off. So now those who truly believe on the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, they're gonna lean on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay, and not Esau. All right, the scriptures talk about it. He will not lean. How's it go? They will not lean on him who smote them. All right, but lean on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Just roughly paraphrasing, okay? Because hey, man, the times we coming into, you're gonna need Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You're not gonna be able to depend on this system. Okay, as we're seeing, okay, the shortages, okay, especially concerning with the food, okay, because of the different supply chain issues, it's going to increase. Okay, shortages are going to increase. Okay, to where it's going to be people asking you for food. You're going to have women on the street selling a box, all right, just for a fucking cup of rice. We come into some serious times, looking to see if they can get something to feed themselves. You're gonna see a lot of women leave their children on the streets, men dying, women dying of famine, seeing their bones stricken, all right, through their skin. This is what we're coming into, man, and it's gonna force a lot of our people to go and take that chip because they want to eat. They've always wanted to eat. You go through the scriptures, man. They always want to fucking eat, man. And the Lord got our people right where they should be, all right, because of their disobedience, man. They've been caught up into a trap. Let's get this here. And oh yeah, I was reading Jeremiah too. Let me see where if I can find it in Jeremiah what I was reading earlier. I think I highlighted it. Damn, I forgot. Jeremiah. Here it is. Jeremiah 14, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languisheth. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up. And that's what we're getting ready to. This is what we're getting ready to witness. Salakia. It says, and their nobles have sent their little ones to the waters. They came to the pits and found no water. They returned with their vessels empty. They were ashamed and confounded and covered their heads. Okay, and this is the time, okay, when the Lord was plaguing, okay, our people, okay, because of their disobedience. Because the ground is chapped, for there was no rain in the earth. The plowmen were ashamed. They covered their heads. It's what we're seeing right now. Okay, but we're in a state of where we're seeing a lot of our these farmers, okay, the plowmen, okay, hey, they are ashamed and confounded as well, man. They're seeing what's to come. They're seeing, all right, the fruits of their labor, and they're seeing that it holds no value. It says because it says, yea, the hind also calved in the field and forsook it because there was no grass. It says, and the wild asses did stand in the high places. They snuffed up the wind like dragons. Their eyes did fail because there was no grass. So you got the animals going through it. This is the time we're coming into. They're euthanizing the cattle right now. Okay? Starving the cattle, injecting them with different diseases. Mad cow disease and all this other shit they out here doing, man. All right. But the Lord is doing it in this modern time. He's breaking the staff, all right, of bread, man. Okay, for all you Americans and majority and mainly for our people, man, for their disobedience. It says, O Lord, though our iniquities testify against us, do thou it for thy name's sake. For our backslidings are many, we have sinned against thee. And this is what a lot of our people, okay, basically saying, all right, in their mind, man. They know, okay, eventually they're gonna get to the point that they're gonna get on their knees, pray to Yahweh Shemiyah. Well, they're gonna pray to Jesus. Let me just say that. A lot of our people are gonna pray to Jesus. They're gonna pray to Yahuwah. They're gonna pray to Yahweh. They're gonna pray to Yah and you know all the other different names of what our people call on. Okay, and they're gonna acknowledge their backsliders, but it's gonna be too late, man. It's gonna be too late. Let me see. It was another damn, it was another part. Damn, man. It was another part in this point, but I don't want to lose the point where I was going to it, man. Salaki. Let's get this here. And it was second Ezra, I think it's 6 here and verse 22. All right. Stay on the lesson. All right, because it's gonna lead it's leading until famine. Okay. Second Ezra 6 and 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The fools, the fool storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, so as we're seeing the supply chains, as we're seeing our people basically going through it, okay, with this ABT, the SNAP benefits, okay, with the basically it's a glitch in the system, okay, and it's collapsing right before the people's eyes. These stores are what you're seeing right now. Okay, everything is running, everything seems to be good, but the Lord is causing a manufactured famine. Okay, just like He did in the old days. Okay, he caused it not to rain. Okay, He caused the cattle to go out. All right, here it is in this modern time. All right, the Lord is causing Esau Edom to cut off. Okay, the funding, the aid. He's infecting the animals. He's cutting and euthanizing the cattle. Okay, he's making it scarce. All right, for you to get any type of food. Okay, that's a part of the Lord breaking the staff of bread, man, in these modern times. Okay, so there is no hope for America. There is no hope for this place. All right, that's why it's titled again. All right, brace for the shortages to come. You have to brace for the shortages to come because it's evident, all right, that they're coming, okay, and it's coming fast. So verse 22 again, Second Ezra 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Okay, it's going to be a great sweeping of all these different storehouses of where people hold food, okay? Because there's going to be a shortage, okay? It's going to be a manufactured famine, man, and we're seeing it, okay, as they're collapsing, okay, the supply chain issues, man. Okay, so let me see. Does that even anything else that I want to go into? Because basically, oh, I didn't even go into the article. Well, we got to go into the article. So this is what they're doing, okay, to mobilize the troops, okay? Setting up response teams, forces. All right. He even said it, I believe it was a couple months ago. Yes, it's October. So this had to be last month. I believe this was last month or in August when he signed, okay, the executive order, okay, to be able to put in a National Guard response force team, okay? Because these people understand and know, okay, these Edomites in the Trump administration, they know, okay, that there's getting ready to be civil unrest. Okay, they understand it's getting ready to be civil unrest, and we're coming into the dire moments of these times, man, based off the different events that are happening, man. Okay, just a quick lesson I want to go into, basically like a news and prophecy going into, hey, brace for the shortages to come. Okay, and it's gonna have these people to freak out, man. These people are going to lose it. Okay, so we just gotta stay watchful and look and see. All right, what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is getting ready to do. He's doing a great work. He's doing this for the controversy of Zion, man. We see all these things coming to pass. All right, so hey, pray into Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Give all glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Because, hey, man, Lord willing, next year we see something happen to where it could get us all up out of here, man. Okay, so, hey, Lord willing, all right, you are edified from all this lesson. I want to give all honors and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Badash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us his truth and who rule well. Peace and safety and salutations that unto you sincere and you hope for your elect. Scattered abroad across the four winds of this earth. All right, I'm your fellow servant, Malakia. Shalom.